Hello people of the internet. Today we're back for another video. Now if you haven't seen the last video, I actually script my videos now so I don't just ramble about nothing. Anyway, so if you see me looking down a bit, it's probably why. So anyway, let's get on with it. Today's video is about why the Titanic couldn't be raised. I mean, I guess, could it? Maybe. There's actually two answers to that. The short answer is no. But the long answer is no. But why? Why could you never raise the Titanic? I mean, well, first of all, the Titanic, it's been down there for 113 years. That's a long time. It's brittle. It's not in good shape. So just trying to lift it would probably cause the thing to just break apart. But is there something we could do about that? I mean, surely we could at least lift it. No, the ship is too far under the ocean, and it just would be expensive. It'd be tedious. It just wouldn't work. But if some idiot decided, hey, you know what, I got a lot of money, why not? Well, then, okay, problem solved, right? Now we can go down and do it. But still, there's the problem of, well, of course, it's gonna break apart. It's gonna disintegrate. What do you do about that? Well, I guess in an alternate universe, somehow we could make something to prevent it from disintegrating. I don't know. Well, then, I mean, okay then, but then there's the problem of disintegrating again. You see, when you know how they race submarines. Well, when they do that, you probably see them, making sure that a hose is on the submarines, keeping them wet. Why is that? Well, it's because they've been underwater for so long that they're like a sponge. If they dry out, they'll just crumble. And, the Titanic is not a submarine. A submarine is like 100 feet long. Most submarines they raise have only been under the water for about 80 years. Titanic's been underwater for almost 40 more years. And, I mean, it's almost 500 feet long. And we're also just talking about the bow. I'll get to the stern in a second. That's a whole nother thing. So, I mean, yeah, it would be tedious, but it is possible. Theoretically, you could raise the Titanic. Theoretically. Like, very theoretically. But why? Why would you raise the Titanic? For 1,500 people, that's 1500. That's a lot. That's their grave. That's their gravestone. That's the mark that many people died in not so good ways. Why raise that? Would you go dig up a grave? I don't think you would. So why would you want a grave to be undug, sorry. It's just, why would you want that? The Titanic is a grave. Yes, it's a famous ship, but who cares? It's still a grave nonetheless. Nobody owns it, even though there are, the Titanic, I don't know what they're called, but they own the Titanic, and there's that other guy, I'm not even gonna get into him, who claims to own the Titanic, but it's a grave. A grave of something a very long time ago. And sure, maybe there's not much evidence that people ever walked there, and in a few thousand years there most definitely won't be any evidence that anybody was living on that thing. But we gotta make sure that we keep that alive. We gotta make sure that people of the future know what the Titanic was and how devastating it was. And just, I don't know. I don't think the Titanic should be raised because it's a grave. Maybe some people would say otherwise. Maybe we should raise it so we can, go find stuff. Maybe get into the pool area and see how preserved that is. Don't get me wrong, I would support the idea of going and retrieving artifacts, because that's just retrieving artifacts, but raising the ship, that's a whole nother thing. Retrieving artifacts and sure, maybe damaging the ship a little bit in the process is one thing, but just raising the whole ship, again, like I said, that's a whole nother thing on its own. And I don't know why anyone would want to do it. But anyway, with the stern, I mean, there's a photo of it. I mean, look at it. Like, there's not much there, really. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And hey, if you like people rambling about nothing and gaming, I mean, you could go check out my other channels. Link in the description. Anyway, bye.